Christian Miracle has uploaded his Everything Wrong with WWE Backlash 2025, and he has several other premium live events from WWE he has yet to send, including WrestlePalooza, that is still the latest premium live event from WWE. And considering that this is going to take a while for him to do most of the latest premium live events, I am attempting to react to all of them, despite the fact that I haven't been keeping up with most of them. And the closest that I've kept up was Money in the Bank 2025, and that was the last premium live event. And including Evolution. Those were the last ones that I watched until I stopped watching WWE premium live events. And since that all the premium live events are going to ESPN and not in Peacock, then I'm mostly out of luck. But at the same time, I'm also getting burned out. And me reacting to these is going to be blind, but the unexpected of what these events did could easily showcase of what WWE is going through when it comes to its problems. Let's just see how messed up this pay-per-view was, since back then people didn't enjoy this show. This is Everything Wrong with WWE Backlash 2025. I'm honestly curious onto why you kept doing so many intro changes, but also resort to old ones with minor changes. Like, I am planning on doing a new intro in the new year, but still, at least it's different compared to this. Not really following the theme.
I know that things eventually work out for Gunther down the line, but to see him go from being the WWE World Heavyweight Champion to fighting Pat McAfee feels like a massive downgrade.
It does feel like
Pat
a downgrade.
McAfee eventually leaves WWE because the schedule is too hectic as a result of the many other things he contributes to outside the company. How does he figure adding in wrestling a match against frickin' Gunther will help ease said stress? Now he's got to do his show many times per week.
There's no way to
commentary
ease
for
stress,
WWE,
so this
raise
doesn't
his
make any
family, and prepare
sense.
to wrestle. I applaud his efforts, but this seems a bit much.
Yeah,
we're in St. Louis.
or too
That's
much.
all we need to have Randy Orton challenge John Cena for the WWE Championship after putting away Joe Hendry at WrestleMania.
At least it's the closest we're gonna have our final match between these two.
Randy Orton using the nickname Legend Killer at this point in his career is more than a little awkward. Figure out why. WWE looks at 2 WrestleMania feuds and figures it's perfect to add into Backlash, despite the fact that Drew McIntyre solely earned a United States Championship match. Heels unfortunately can't play with other heels unless some babyfaces are involved. I never like that because who says bad guys can't fight bad guys? Also, this match is
I don't
more
know,
awkward
maybe
when you realize it was originally a triple threat
the
match without Drew
WWE or
McIntyre
others
involved.
can't
The
be able
one
to
guy who
write
actually
good
won the right
bad
to
guys
challenge.
versus bad guys
What is it with WWE messing up with
storylines, the
Drew
way I see
McIntyre ever
it.
since the CM Punk feud? Also, 10 minutes of entrances. If this guy held up the "sold my car for this seat" sign 5 to 10 years ago, I would laugh and think it's funny. But in 2025, is it weird that I legitimately believe him?
I don't know.
Pyro Guide, did the flames set LA Knight on fire and render him incapable of wrestling tonight? Nope, we missed him. Damn it.
That will only work if
Also,
LA
you know
Knight
it's bad
was
when the
sitting
advertisement in the middle of
on
ring
the
is somehow
top
brighter
rope.
than the rising flames. Any brighter and the fans would be chanting, "Turn the lights off." And it's a sticker. There you go, ring crew. The top of the ring post was loose and I smacked it to put it back in place. That'll be $600 for my services, please.
Really?
Wrestlers who competed in a fatal 4-way match team up in tag team action the previous night cliche.
Oh.
From LA Knight, but Jacob Fatu had to leap backward on his own accord to make it happen, as LA doesn't have enough strength to
I
make
honestly
Jacob
thought that was a
suddenly fall back
botch
like that.
from how he landed on the knees.
LA Knight only hit an elbow drop on Drew McIntyre, ignoring Damian Priest completely, who reacted as if he got elbowed as well. I know, Michael. I've seen Drew do that kip up so many times for years now.
Honestly, I'm honestly impressed that he's still doing it the more he gets older. Oh!
Even if there wasn't much height at all, Damian Priest landing on the barricade like that without anything moving is brutal. First and off the show. Let's see if that continues. A stare down in the middle of the ring is one thing, but this stare down with Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu begins with him outside the ring, climbing the ropes onto the apron, entering the ring, and then slowly approaching each other to continue staring. 2 minutes of Jacob slowly approaching Drew, pulling him aside, and then slowly exiting the ring to go to the top rope, which of course doesn't work out in his favor as expected.
Oh, that was insane.
Series of finishers leading to Damian Priest almost winning gives me funny flashbacks to Backlash in 2007 when John Cena accidentally retained the WWE Championship against Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton, and Edge. Classic Backlash moment.
By McIntyre.
Gonna mention how much Drew weighs again, Michael?
Hooks the leg. And Priest.
Even despite the fact that Damian Priest pulled the referee out of the ring to stop the count, he still failed as the referee's hand clearly hit the canvas the third time, meaning Drew McIntyre wins and he is the new United States Champion. But of course, Drew gets the short.
Drew is really getting screwed so many times. Oh my god!
It's like these a lot over the years.
He's been screwed to the point that it's really difficult to take him seriously as a major star. Granted,
that looks ascendable. Let's put two tables
him
right below
getting one world title reign, as in an actual title reign, would have been enough for him to feel important. And now I can understand as to why what happened at WrestlePalooza really made him worse.
Including the wheels of the commentator chairs. Jeff Cobb has arrived in WWE, and then he left almost immediately because his identical twin, JC Mateo, decided to take over, and he was less threatening than Jeff. Maybe
I really had less of an
impression
of him, even when he was at AEW, where mainly at Forbidden Door 2022.
The unfortunate result of WWE continuing with the 5-match per event rule.
You know, every time people mention this, it just makes it really difficult to believe that it's either a good idea to have multiple matches on pay-per-view or less, because years ago people were praising the fact that there are less matches on a premium live event, which is something that they adore Triple H of doing.
Where she demands the credit for everything that happened with certain wrestlers being who they are. What reason does Becky have to be mad at Lyra Valkyria's success here? It's not like she main evented WrestleMania like Becky did. Little too much smoke here, and now everybody in the floor seating are high.
Becky Lynch forcing her way into that matchup after attacking Bayley.
Which doesn't make much sense. If Becky was mad at Lyra for teaming with Bayley at WrestleMania, wouldn't it be more logical for her to simply return at WrestleMania and cost them the tag team titles? How long was Becky going to go with this charade of being on Lyra's side as tag champions? So many questions.
So many confusions.
Almost messed up on the crucifix pin, but an overall great series of counters early on by both Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria.
Will Becky give up here?
Perhaps she might give up, but probably not, since she's likely saying, "Wee, this is fun, let's do that again."
Shoulders are down, Becky's got a kick.
Actually, Lyra is the one who had to kick out, as Becky's shoulders were off the canvas. Unfortunately, the referee was too busy counting Becky's not-so-down shoulders to even notice Lyra's obviously down shoulders here.
Really?
Becky Lynch be like, "Why didn't you continue counting despite her shoulders being off the canvas? You did that exact same thing to me 2 minutes ago." Careful, Becky. Giving LJ Cleary attention is going to cause the internet to think he's just some random dork that Lyra hooked up with and not an actual pro wrestler. All just because he wears glasses, too.
Really? Oh my god.
Can't believe I would ever say this, but Becky Lynch is frustrated that she didn't successfully pin Lyra Valkyria from simply throwing her back into the ring without additional damage. Here you go, get a close-up of the Intercontinental
I really feel
Championship.
bad on the fact that along with the Women's US Championship isn't getting any attention. It just makes it difficult for me to take the Women's division more seriously just by getting more after how far they come 10 years ago.
Morgan and Morgan is refusing to help Becky Lynch win the match by means of their bright colors. Try slamming Lyra on the cricket logo instead, see if that works.
Oh my god.
On this far side of the arena, Lyra must be really confused here because she pulled Becky closer to the corner and prepared to climb the turnbuckle presumably, but then decided to pin her instead, which didn't work because of all the time wasted. I know that Becky's been absent for almost an entire year by this point, but that is not how you properly lock in the disarmor. Lyra's arm is nowhere near in position for pain, and yet she is in pain. Lyra be like, "Surprise, I kicked out of blah."
Oh my god. Surprise, I kicked out of
Michael Cole would be
blah.
great at CinemaSins 2 expansion. Becky is determined to win the Intercontinental Championship and hates Lyra Valkyria, so her intention is to use a chair and screw herself over?
Oh my god.
Too many finisher kickouts. That's either the second or third time that Lyra has kicked out of the manhandle.
I really think that they really wanted these wrestlers to be stronger, but at the same time, it's only convincing me that
Lyra Valkyria
with
defeats Becky
direction
Lynch
of
while blinded from
storylines
an
and
eye
whatnot.
poke.
I don't
Literal
even know
definition
if
of I could beat
there
you
was a
with my
simple
eyes
way of
closed.
making these
Much as
matches
I wish she didn't kick out of
better.
10 manhandle slams in this match, I'll still remove a Sin for that cool ending. And as you probably guessed by what you saw on the screen, that Sin is put back on the counter due to an immediate post-match assault.
I'm already the greatest ever.
I am the greatest champion in WWE simply
No,
by existing
I
cliche.
mean, truth be told, I don't even
Either
find
Penta needs to speed up on his
Dominic
timing with the
Mysterio
pyro, or
as
the
a good
pyro needs
wrestler. I
to
mean, he's
slow
a
down
good
on the timing
heel,
with
but
Penta.
at the same
And
time,
then
not a
there's the
good
music,
wrestler.
which is also offbeat to both Penta and the pyro.
Well, and look who's with him.
And then Dominic Mysterio accidentally blinded Finn Balor with his hair whip, causing the feud to take place. Speaking
Oh my
of,
God.
what the hell happened to this feud? There's been hints for months on the possibility of Finn either leaving the Judgment Day or kicking out Dominic from the
So
Judgment
many
Day.
issues when it
After
comes
WrestleMania, it
to
just sort of
Triple H
died.
handling
Don't
things
hint
like
at something if
this.
you're not going to execute it.
You consider Dominic the greatest. He's certainly neck and neck with me.
Wade Barrett hints at a match we will sadly never see. Had it not been for his multiple injuries, Wade could have definitely been a bigger star. Man, I miss him in the ring.
Yeah, I've been watching NXT Season 1.
Does that
Bad
include
show,
being
but I
Eddie
actually
Guerrero's son
enjoyed
instead of
him a
Rey
lot
Mysterio's?
more 15 years ago.
Suicide dive. Oh,
How he was
Suicide
15
dive
years
turned into
ago.
a DDT on the floor. Holy shit, now that's what you call amazing. I'll even take off 2 Sins for it.
makes the count. And now
Infracción de derechos de autor.
Oh my god, that is impressive.
Careful, Penta, you almost chopped the former Brock Lesnar guy. Well, former at this point in time.
Honestly,
Would you like to clarify
seeing
which
him in the
certain
match with
companies
Brock
Penta won tag
Lesnar
team
isn't
gold
going
with
to
Ray
good
Phoenix,
considering
Michael?
of what Brock Lesnar
Because Penta
did at
took too much time posing for
WrestlePalooza.
the fans, Dominic Mysterio looks like a moron
It's
standing around
ridiculous
waiting
that
for something to
he's
happen.
back to how he was.
Stole? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that Rey Mysterio owned the rights to the 619.
Oh my God.
when multiple other wrestlers also do that very same move. You gonna give Io Sky shit for using it too, you hypocrite? This may have been a short
Jeez.
match, but I was enjoying it. And then the Judgment Day showed up to interfere. This doesn't have to happen every single time, you know. Sure, heels gotta heal, but sinners also gotta sin.
Yeah, definitely.
farted around for a while.
Fiddled farted around for a while.
Really?
Chad Gable.
That's not Chad Gable, you
Oh my
mother-
god, that
Put
is
too many premium live
terrible.
events on your schedule and multiple editions of Saturday night's main event in between, you get situations
Truth be
like
told,
this.
I'm not going to
Jey
be
Uso has
reacting
never
to
defended
Saturday
the
night's
WWE
main
World
event
Heavyweight
since
Championship on a
because
premium live event
they're
from the
just
moment he
too
won at
minor compared to
WrestleMania
premium
when he
live
lost it back
events.
to Gunther. How sad. This match between Gunther and Pat McAfee exists because Gunther was mad at Michael Cole for doing the yeet with Jey Uso. What was Gunther supposed to be, the IWC? Playing one single NFL game in St. Louis is apparently enough to qualify as a WWE statistic for some reason.
Oh my god.
This time, I am going to be very biased.
Michael
you're
Cole's
not.
creepy erection for Pat McAfee has
He's never been
completely blocked his
biased.
sense of reality, as he has been
Those
biased for
creepy
years when it
erections
came to
just
The
don't
Miz.
go away, and I still
Also,
don't
since
understand why he
Michael
has a
was more
creepy
focused on
erection
cheering
of
for
the
Pat
Miz
McAfee than he is actually
14
calling the
years
match,
ago,
couldn't they have
or
just brought
15.
Joe Tessitore to join up with Wade Barrett like they do on SmackDown and call the match while Michael accompanies Pat to the ring?
I
To
guess
the guy
that's a
with
good
that sign on the
idea.
right, even if John Cena did appear in Barbie 2, should that ever happen, he'd just appear in the background like he did that one time. It'd be filmed within one day, and he's back like nothing happened.
That is true.
Alicia Taylor forgot to introduce Gunther until after his entrance was practically over. She also going to be biased in this match like Michael Cole?
Come on, Pat.
That's not fair to swipe Pat's shirt away from the guy it landed on. How often does a shirt land on someone's head? That should be his.
Pat.
Gunther should be thankful that both he and Pat McAfee are on the ropes, otherwise the referee would have awarded Pat the victory due to Gunther tapping out for the second PLE in a row. Also, Gunther wasting time underestimating his opponents is what led him to lose to Jey Uso at WrestleMania 41. So why continue to go on that path?
It's a good
especially
thing that
when
he
the city's
regained the
more
World
focused
Heavyweight
than ever before?
Championship from Jey Uso.
you trip.
Oh,
What does this prove?
in the way of
Think
making
it
him
proves that
battle.
Pat McAfee, athletic
So
as he is,
WWE
should not
didn't
get in
really
the
drop
way
the
of
ball on
Gunther,
him
even if he started
completely,
picking on you.
and the
It
fact
also
that he
proves
didn't
that
got
WWE
cashed
needed some
in
time to
comparison
kill
to
allow
CM
Jey
Punk.
Uso to be World Heavyweight Champion for another month before giving it back to Gunther. Ref, Gunther is literally tapping. Why hasn't even Michael Cole noticed that since he's focused on being biased in favor of Pat McAfee here? Gunther is spending more time taunting Michael Cole than he is actually trying to defeat Pat McAfee. It was interesting maybe the first 3 times, but not the next 13.
McAfee may have the upper hand.
McAfee?
McAfee?
Michael Cole
Oh my
begged Gunther to
jeez.
end the match many times, but when Gunther puts Pat in a submission to end the match, Michael gets up from the desk to interfere. So do you want Gunther to finish off Pat or don't you? The referee somehow hasn't thrown the match out due to outside interference or called for the disqualification, even if said interference is Michael Cole.
Cole grabbing the
Even
Oh
though
my
I don't condone
God.
outside interference, it was still funny to see Michael Cole attempt to help Pat McAfee cheat to win by holding
Honestly,
down one
it's
of
kind of a
Gunther's
shame that I
legs.
didn't see
Normally
this
would
match.
work,
Otherwise, I
but in this
wouldn't.
case, it
I
shows
would have
how powerful and
actually.
smart
I
Gunther
wouldn't
really is to
remember
not
any
offer
of
it.
these.
Why are we
Like, I
still
would
calling
probably
it the
see Michael Cole
WWE
as a
Undisputed
battle.
Championship when the Universal title
As
no
a
longer
battle
exists, and
match
the only
for
lineage being followed is the WWE
Pat McAfee than The
Championship.
Miz.
And of course,
Even if
there's
he
the World
wasn't a
Heavyweight
manager
title
with The
existing
Miz back
separately,
then.
so there's nothing undisputed about this title.
Yeah.
How the hell is that supposed to work? Taking a title and running away like your CM Punk in 2011 doesn't erase Randy Orton's family's existence from the WWE and pro wrestling itself. Maybe the reason this heel run of John Cena isn't working out that much is because nothing he says ever made sense.
As a
Almost
heel.
all villains made sense with their claims. This, on the other hand,
Yeah.
it's not as powerful as
I'm
France, but it's
really
still one of Randy
feeling
Orton's best
depressed on the
entrances,
fact
with
that
his
this
hometown
heel
of St.
turn
Louis
didn't
singing
do
along
much.
to his
And
music.
truth be told, this
Except for the fact
is
that
way
Randy Orton
too
and John
late to
Cena
have seen a
never, and
heel.
unfortunately will never, met
It would have
one-on-one
worked
at
if The Rock
WrestleMania.
sticked
They faced
around
off literally everywhere
at
else
WrestleMania
except that one
41.
major stage. Stare in, lockup, release, repeat, and then handshake attempt. That's the first 5 minutes of this near 30-minute match, so don't worry folks, you are missing absolutely nothing here. You can't wrestle chants automatically activate the 5 sin
At this
penalty,
point,
even if it was
it's
integrated
been
into the
20
storyline
or
of Bad
more
Guy John
years that Cena can be able to wrestle,
Michael
especially
Cole
at this
continuing to taunt
point
Wade Barrett
of
for
his
the failure of the
career.
Nexus from 15 years ago.
Still impressed with the shape that John's able to maintain.
How are you impressed that John Cena can maintain his physicality for Hollywood blockbusters and Peacemaker TV shows, yet ignore how much The Rock got in better shape for a much larger and more stressful schedule? If The Rock can do it, so can John Cena.
Intact so far. Not had a match.
Oh my
Back and
god.
forth Sleeper holds was a funny piece of comedy, as both John Cena and
I
Randy
didn't
Orton
think
tried
that
to
was
outdo the other
humorous.
with that hold to
I
the
thought it was
audience's delight.
annoying.
If John Cena really wanted to ruin wrestling for the fans, then he shouldn't have even done the "you can't see me" taunt at all, even if it was to the fans instead of Randy Orton, because he still gave them what they wanted. What I would have done is just hit the 5-knuckle shuffle immediately and possibly flip off the audience as well.
If only if this wasn't
A
PG
great callback to
still.
the times Randy Orton countered the attitude adjustment into the
Still
RKO.
remember that
Still one of the
from
best counters
Black and
we've
White's
seen between those two over the
2009.
years.
Seen off the ropes again. Randy.
Ooh.
An RKO out of nowhere is always worth a sin remover. Randy Orton continues to be creative all these years later. You love to see it.
Randy now went for an RKO.
The referee had to move forward so that he could get knocked over at the crucial point in the match. Guys, wait, hold up, I'm out of place. Okay, now run me over. What do you bet Randy Orton is thinking? Damn, the tables they had prior to these ones didn't have as much wires and cables. Holy shit.
Honestly, I'm mostly
I think WWE realized I didn't say
in
the
the middle when it
catchphrase
comes to
when I
these
brought this up the first
these
time and
announce
had to kill
tables.
the
I mean,
referee
they
a
do
second
look
time just to get
cooler,
me to do
but
it.
honestly,
Fine,
there's
fine.
always
The
different
referee
ways
gets
to make
knocked over at the
equipment
crucial point of
better
the match cliche.
as time
Ding.
go
You
by.
happy now?
That didn't
Since
work.
the
Oh
table
my
didn't
god.
break from Randy's attempt at an attitude adjustment, John had to knock it over by himself.
Oh
Sorry,
my
Randy, but bringing out
god.
another table doesn't make the second attitude adjustment
That
steal any
didn't
better than
feel
what
as
happened earlier.
impactful.
I already said it, for fuck's sake. Why are you trying to make me repeat myself twice in one night? The referee gets knocked over at the crucial point of the match cliche. There. Now stop killing the referees, please.
Jeez.
Long-term storytelling, as Randy Orton has already paid the $50,000 fine in advance nearly 2 years ago, so he was free to hit one more RKO on Nick Aldis. That was awesome. Out of everything that could have caused Randy Orton to lose to John Cena, it was R-Truth. Well, that was disappointing. Ending a legendary feud between two great rivals with someone who was never part of said rivalry.
I have to be honest, the fact that R-Truth didn't really do much after his match with Cena at Saturday night's main event, honestly, I don't even understand the point of him being around, because with him doing the same thing as before and being in less and less material like years previous, I really don't even think that him getting released was a problem as it was when people were complaining about it. And that was Backlash 2025, and While this pay-per-view isn't terrible, the more I see negativity, it's gonna get really overwhelming once I get into more reactions of everything wrong with WWE Premium Live events of this year from Christian Miracle. And considering that, again, I only watched Money in the Bank and Evolution, this is going to be a little complicated for me to see what is actually happening, since I didn't watch the YouTube videos. I did see a couple, but not a lot. So, I am attempting to react to more when it comes to Christian Miracle's material. So, hopefully, when he uploads the next Sins video involving WWE, I'm gonna try to do a reaction out of it right away. I wasn't planning on doing this audio. The reason why I'm doing this audio is because I'm busy I was busy recording videos as usual, and this really felt like the most appropriate time. I'm just gonna be witnessing more and more about his critiques involving John Cena's heel turn when it comes to Money in the Bank 2025, and maybe another Premium Live event that I don't remember aside from Evolution. I'll see you guys next time with one review to wrap up this month.